Hi, okay, hi everybody. Philosophy, standard 12th. Let's start. We'll try to get 100 by 100 full marks. I have a plan ready for you. You have to do every word of it carefully, nearly 100 pages, and we'll do 8 to 10 pages per month, specifically and very thoroughly. And I'll be helping you out with like all the. I'm a student psychologist. I'll be helping you with the specific questions, MCQs, practices, the whole year. Don't worry. Just stay tuned and you'll get all the stuff. There's something, but what it is. Wow. Philosophy is like big people thinking. Introduction, ultimate reality, number and nature, metaphysics in Indian philosophy, in Western philosophy, the scientific perspective. Every chapter is approximately 10 to 10, 12 pages, right? You can look here, we'll have it. And we're going to talk very specifically and in detail. Okay, don't worry. I'll not be doing the entire chapter in one video. We'll take two videos, right? So you don't get bored out, right? Or maybe three videos also. I think we can go for three parts. Well, let's start. In the previous year, we're getting introduced to philosophy. We have taken the three major questions that it deals with and a brief account of all the branches that are developed from them. Metaphysics is the branch of philosophy that seeks to answer one of the fundamental questions: what is? Subsequently, we've studied origination of concepts like real, unreal, permanence, impermanence, God, etc. This year, we shall get acquainted with some of the theories, concepts, and problems of metaphysics and their significance. We are the world and we are a part of a universe, vast universe, consists of innumerable objects of various types and properties. I forgot you're reading on the mobile, right? As these objects interact with each other in different ways, various activities take place in the world every moment. Nature of everything keeps changing. Since ancient times, man has remained curious and has sought to gain knowledge of this world. This curiosity and sense of wonder has led to the development of philosophy and science. While observing the world around them, humans realized that the innumerable objects of the world origin from some specific basic elements. Several objects, though apparently different from each other, have common origin. Sounds interesting. Okay, so here we go. For example, if you notice along the classroom, you notice that the tables, chairs, benches, doors, windows, frames are all different objects, but all made from wood. Wood comes from trees, and we also get many things from plants and trees. We get leaves, fruits, flowers, food, items, and medicines. We prepare medicines from the medicine plants. Bamboo is an example of multi-purpose plant for making objects, creating artistic objects. Okay, the above mentioned examples are man-made objects. In natural world, too, we may experience many forms of a particular object. For example, a small spark, a flame, a burning fire, a forest fire. All these are various forms of one and the same element, it is fire, right? Now, water cycle or food chain are the examples of natural transformation of one particular thing from one form to another. We may say that egg, larva, caterpillar, pupa, butterfly are different entities or even different stages of the same life form, right? Good. Through such observations, man concluded that although the world is full of diversities, it must have been created out of some basic elements. Even if this guess was correct, it raised many questions. If it was believed that due to some changes among basic elements, other objects were created, then what was the cause of that change? What was the process of change? Did it change mechanically or somebody planned it? If planned, what was the purpose? Along with these questions, man was curious about two basic questions. What is the number of these fundamental elements? One, two, or many? And what is their nature? What are the qualities of these elements that make it possible for a variety of things to originate from them? Okay, so here we'll study the responses given to these questions in the Indian and Western traditions, right? Hence, the title of the lesson is There is Something But What It Is. Now, it is said that understanding the nature of ultimate reality, or Sat, has been the Sat, not Sat, why I'm saying Sat. Sat has been the matter of interest for philosophy. The word reality refers to the real or that which exists. Nothing to do with political and other sort of dominance or supremacy. The real is independent and does not depend on any individual or experience for its existence. This ultimate reality is the reality which is at the root cause of everything that exists. So it is called the ultimate reality, right? As in the process of discovering the origin of everything that exists, one discovery reality at the end. One discovers reality at the end. Okay, it exists in itself and is not created. That is why the elements of the ultimate reality are called as fundamental elements. Now, how do we understand this? When we look at the trees, we see the trunks, branches, leaves, flowers, fruits. But the roots are hidden. The roots are the basics for survival, right? Philosophers, through their speculations and conceptualizations, have attempted to explore and understand the ultimate reality, which is the root cause of the empirical world. Empirical is which you can see, empire, and the experimental, right? Now, when the intellectual leap that the philosopher had taken was coupled with the methods of modern science, this journey gathered momentum. That is why we have reached to the periodic table. Slowly we discovered, right? In this whole journey, the questions that the philosophers have contemplated, have thought, contemplation is thinking upon, the methods used to solve these, the responses, concepts, languages used for this are of great importance. The process of science and philosophy. We can see that science found its directions from the transitions that philosophy went through. Yes, I agree with this. Let's study some important views. Now, contemplation over the fundamental contemplation thinking, okay, which are contemplation over the fundamental nature of the universe can be traced back to early philosophical thought, Indian and Western both. Nasadiya Sukta in Vedic tradition. The pre-Socrates thought in Greek tradition are examples. Okay, so it is nature of logical reasoning. Explanation of the naturally occurring events or objects was not supported by any kind of divine or supernatural entity, right? With the increasing clarity of thought, the concept of dravya in Indian tradition and substance in Western tradition emerged. Knowledge of the world is obtained through the medium of sense experiences, senses. Now there is a difference between experience and the things we experience. What? It is not necessary that everything we experience has existence, mirage. Similarly, not everything exists in a matter of sense experience. Atoms, right? We can't experience it. Yeah. So we experience a material object to its appearance, color, shape, type, right? When we eat an orange, we think it is an orange yet color, round shape, the taste, cool touch, right? So, but is an orange just the bunch of color, smell, flavor, a combination of all these things? You may ask, what is this? The smell, the taste are the qualities of the orange and not the orange itself. The orange something else. The features, right? That the orange is that of which all these are qualities. These qualities are dependent on the orange for their existence. It is the substratum, the base of qualities, right? The relations, quality and quantity are always applied to something. The taste of the orange, the sense of the orange. They cannot exist without the orange, right? It depends on the substance, right? So substance is not dependent on the existence of any of these qualities. The qualities depend on the sense, the substance, right? Clear? Okay. If you don't understand, please put in the comment box. The writing board can be black, blue, green, whatever, but the board remains the board, right? A shrub will become a plant and plant, but the basic fundamental stuff remains the same, right? So even if the qualities change, the organism may get rotten and have a bad shape,